evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Darkest Dungeon. Really would like to go to the Warrens to get some paintings to upgrade my guild another level, because I've got some characters that could get higher skills and aren't. In fact, I could get 2 more levels at the guild. So we're going to start hitting the paintings pretty hard. I've never been to the Warrens yet. Notice we're at 0% progress. The problem is I keep getting veteran missions here. So here, we're actually going to take a break from the Weald because there's a medium mission in the ruins and only a short one at the Weald, and the medium mission has a trinket I really like. So we're going to go there, going to send in our team that we used last time, train up a new highwayman, and keep going with this Vestal. Okay, let's go ahead. Actually, do I want to buy a camping skill? I'll deal with it for now. So we're going to go in. Now for the ruins, I only buy 2 shovels, because there's not like that. There's nothing equivalent to the gravestone. You can find sometimes a cabinet that you can smash open, but you can also unlock it with a key. I do take the herbs because the alchemist table and the sarcophagus, not the sarcophagus, the Iron Maiden can both provide treasure for herbs, and I do take the holy water because there's the urns. I don't take the bandages though, because I think there's some curio somewhere that uses anti-venom or bandages to good effect, but I forgot what it was. So we'll just take our typical 6 torches, and oh, I gotta get food. Whew, almost forgot to get food. We're gonna do the usual with food. I'm willing to spend a little bit of money, even if it means that it adds up in the long run and I end up being a bit poorer, just to make sure I don't starve and take extra stress, and to make sure that I can feast and reduce stress that way. It's sort of like preemptively paying money for stress relief instead of risking having to pay money later. Okay, we have a typical 14-room scouting mission. Got to decide our path here. The layout's honestly pretty bad. I can go 1 backtrack and then go this path. Then I take 2, 3 backtracks, and then I go over here. That's 3 backtracks, and then I just leave these rooms unexplored. The problem, of course, is if there end up being more than 2 barriers, I leave myself with no flexibility. If I go like this, I can backtrack once, twice, and then I do have to backtrack a 3rd time. So I'm backtracking 3 times anyway. Alright, we'll check here. If there's a barrier, I'll go backwards and do it the other way, but if there's no barrier, then I'll get my backtracking out of the way. Alright, how big of a map do I get? So there's going to be a fight here. There's a barrier there, which is fine because I wasn't actually going to go across there anyway, so that's actually pretty good luck. Okay, here's battle number 1. Alright, as I said before, there are some people who swear by using the firewood right up front to give everybody the buffs, but I like to use the firewood to also increase my light and just deal with it in the beginning without the buffs. Okay, so Hugh does it there. The rabble I'm not that concerned about. I'm going to try to go for a kill on one of these guys. I'm going to go for the one with more health. It's a bit risky, but hopefully it's going to be worth it. And it works. Perfect. So that should reduce the damage tremendously. Now we're going to hopefully finish off this bone rabble. Or miss entirely. Okay, it's fine. So there's an extra bump in the night that happens, and it's a crit! Ah, the old crits. Ouch. Well, here I think it behooves me to try to stop the brawler, because he's the biggest source of damage. So I'm going to stun him. She does the pull, which is good. Please resist. Good, so that means I can still do grape shot. Hopefully I won't miss the rabble this time. Well, that's a lot of extra stress I took for a miss. Let's try to bleed the acolyte to death. Okay, so the leper should be able to stress heal himself a little bit. Yeah. There he goes. And is it worth healing right now? Is it worth healing? It's actually... we're gonna have a feast. Heal up then. I don't want to take more damage from this dude, so we're just gonna end it there. Okay. It's locked, so we'll use our key. Now you might think, well, Boris, hang on, if there's locked cabinets and heirloom chests and sometimes a locked sarcophagus, why not buy more than 1 key? It's a good question. I just don't often find that I need more than 1 key for some reason. In theory, you'd think with all those different curios and room objects that require keys, that would happen more often, but for some reason it just doesn't happen to me, so that's why I don't bother with it. The other thing is that you can sometimes find supplies during the mission. So buying like the maximum number of supplies of each type that you could use is sometimes a waste because you end up finding the ones that you need anyway. Then you end up throwing away your supplies to make room for treasure, so then you're losing money for no reason. Okay, so I wasn't going to go this way anyway. I wanted to hook down here to pick up this room. To eat, that's fine. Oh, I've already used my herbs. I could get claustrophobia from doing this, but I'm fine with that. Because I don't even know what claustrophobia does. I've never experienced anything from claustrophobia. Maybe it's that the person refuses to open sarcophagi. I don't actually know what it is, so I don't care about it. Ah, well, here I'm gonna smash it open. I believe you get less treasure for smashing it open, though that was a lot of treasure anyway, so I don't know. Maybe that's just wrong. You know, now that I think about it, going up here to these two rooms is really the same thing actually as going here to these two rooms, because either I go there and I backtrack twice, or I go here and backtrack twice. I am, however, gonna go for these because they let me pop a torch. They do not have any. I saw from scouting that they didn't have any walls, so I figure that's worth it. Pack. Oh wait, why am I using torches? I was supposed to have already used firewood by this point. Whoops, that was silly of me. Righto, the whole it's a medium mission thing. Okay, running a little bit low on the food. I don't know why everyone's so hungry today, but okay, so we run out of light. Let's go ahead and pop the firewood. Everybody's got some stress, so feasting I think is worth it. Hang on, if I feast, I'm gonna have 6 food left. If I have to eat 2 more times, I'm gonna starve. Is it worth the risk of starving just to get 10 stress off of people? I don't think it is. So let's just go for full. Heal up the leper and call it a day. So his skills are just terrible. I mean, I could actually do this one, but let's just do the more important stuff first. So first we're gonna go for the spear sharpening. Then definitely we're gonna clean some guns. Gallows humor. So is it worth it to try this? Let's do it. Wait. Hang on, I definitely need to bless the leper. Is it worth it to do this with the rest of my time? I could get some battle trance, and I could also encourage. So I could encourage and battle trance. And the risk of everybody's stress going up kind of sucks. Let's just do it. What's life if you don't live? Yay, it wasn't a disaster. Okay, so the stress relief worked without having to feast. I did pass up on one buff on the Hellion, but I got the important one, which is the crit. 10% crit is just ridiculous. It means that every time you hit anybody, there's an extra 10% chance, an extra 1 in 10 chance of it being a crit when it wouldn't otherwise have been. Okay, so we got ambushed. We're surprised. Luckily, when the team is surprised, that does not mean that the enemy always goes first. It just means you get whirled around. Hopefully this will kill some of the maggots to stop stress. And it does. It kills both the maggots. We have a spitter, which is the one that deals a lot of damage. But as long as I get to go before him... Oh, the dodge! As long as I get to go before him... Yay! No problem. Whew. A shovel. Well, that's nice. That hopefully won't be necessary, but it's still nice to have just in case. Alright, we're back up to 100% light. Shouldn't lose too much light walking around. Now you might say, Boris, why didn't you walk back first before popping the firewood? The reason is that for some reason when you walk through areas you've already been through, the light decreases at a much slower level. Like if these had been new hallways, I would have been down to like half light. Instead, I'm not even down to 90. So since I was at 0 light, I would have taken more stress by doing backtracking in the dark. I didn't want to do that. So here's a fight in the hallway. Ah, it's a tough one. Well, I think I'm going to stick to my usual strategy of trying to kill the cutthroat first because he deals the most damage. As long as this guy doesn't do point-blank shots and this guy doesn't crit. But you can't work around everything. So, do I go for the blasts or try to pistol shot this guy to death? Let's go for the blast with clean guns. The grape shot blast does a lot of damage anyway. So I might as well just do it. We'll try to stun this guy because, although he has a decent stun resist chance, he also has a chance of doing a point-blank shot, which is really, really bad. Alright, so he's almost dead. In fact, he might be dead if I don't miss. Good, now he's down to rushed shots. And we should be good. I think I've been critted by a rushed shot, like, once ever. So I stunned him so that the leper could have a chance to go. Let's heal up the team, just top it off. Leper needs to go do some stress relief. Get it nice down to 0, basically. And now we can kill this thing. There's no more reason to dick around. Wow, could have used an extra medicinal herbs on this one. But we'll pass that by. There is a fight in this room. I don't know if this means like this scary looking red symbol means it's like a hard fight or anything. I think it might just mean there's no like extra treasure there. Get another one of these packs. There's surprise, which is nice. So this guy will die of bleeding or of being grape shotted before he can do any damage. And this guy has a big chunk of his health removed before he can do any damage. So I think I'm actually going to try to stun him again, get some free light that way, and stop him from doing point-blank shots. I could go for a pistol shot, which increases the chance of killing this thing before he acts. I'm going to go for it. Wow, that was, even with clean guns, a really weak move. Alright, the blanket fire is mostly a whiff. I'm going to actually just try to kill off this guy. He's more dangerous by far. There's my sharpened spear going into action. I mean, maybe that would have been a crit anyway, but I like to think the sharpened spear makes a difference. There's at least a chance that it was sharpened spear. That is to credit for that extra crit we got. Alright, no, it's not a hard fight. It's just a regular. I guess the thing with like the red background, all it means is that you're not getting a treasure in that room. It's just a fight. Okay, Grape Shot could kill these in one blow, or it could miss them all. That's also fine. Really sucks that the Vestal is getting stunned. Please resist. Oh, good, because I really would like her to go so that she can do judgment and heal herself. But on the second time around, she gets stunned. Okay, well, we're going to go for a breakthrough. Because with... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to kill off the spitter. And another crit. Well, had I done the breakthrough, they would have been dead. But I didn't know I was going to crit, obviously. So she's stunned, which sucks. Let's see if we can get off these Webbers. Well, got one of them. That's fine. So here's the bite. That should deal a decent amount of damage. Yeah, she's getting low. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of a risky maneuver. I was just going to try to go for the spitter and so she could get to go and do some Judgment Day. For the Weber. Heal up for 3. And try to finish this thing off. Oh, hang on a minute. The Grape Shot didn't do it. So I'm going to Yop to stun it. This guarantees that the healer gets to go again. And finish this thing off with Judgment Day. Oh, she misses. When you miss, you also don't heal. Alright, well, that's enough of that. So the healer's a bit low on health. Ugh. Terrible. Healer's a bit low on health, which is a problem. She's also going to take another damage, which I guess is not that big of a deal. But hopefully... Alright, so there's the claustrophobia. God, I could have used like 4 diseases and herbs thing. I mean, clearly that's not the right thing to always buy that many diseases and herbs. Oh, Jesus. Griggin Christ. I could heal for 2. No, I need to do this so that he can Grape Shot. When the leper goes, he's going to have to swing forward 1, and I didn't want the highwayman to get shoved to the back. Freaking surprises. Alright, we need to actually just try to kill off this rabble. Because that way the Arbalist goes up and then can no longer do quarrels. I think that's the most important thing. This guy is all big and scary looking, but his skills aren't actually a big deal. He has the one that pushes you back 1 and stuns you, but it's just not significant unless, of course, you crits, but that's true of, you know, every monster. Alright, let's Yop it up. Another crit. Definitely getting a lot of crits here. Actually, everyone's at 0 stress, so really the only issue here is health. So, I'm gonna go ahead and Divine Comfort instead of doing Judgment Day, because we're in a pretty safe position. I really need to try to heal up the team a bit here. Alright, she gets to go again, which is nice. So the leper's all full. These 2 guys are going for it. I don't mind the Hellion getting stunned, because I just want the healer to have another turn. If I hit this thing, he'll die. So I'm going to go ahead and just pause and make sure the healer gets to go 1 more time. Well, Grape Shot could kill her. It doesn't. But that means that the game's not going to punish me for dithering around. So here we go. Last time the healer goes, and then we're going to go ahead and try to kill this thing off. Pop! Okay. So after going on some kind of weird binge, my team decides they don't want to actually eat any more food. Got 3 whole meals worth here, which is good because it means that I can just have the healer eat and increase the safety of the last couple of rooms. That's quite a lot of stress the leopard just took. So yeah, we're gonna have at most 1 more meal, so let's just have her eat a little bit at least before this room, and then I'll eat the rest of it before the last room. No fight here. Gotta go to 1 more room. Oh god. Oh, I do have 2 shovels. Whew, good. So this one I had actually bought. So I found one, and the one I found ends up being helpful. I can now smash this other cabinet. Another ton of money. Excellent. Let's pop a torch. And before we go in here, let's eat the rest of the food, because we're not going to need it. And a leper. Yeah, leper gets 2 health per food, so I might as well give the rest of it to him. He's also going to take more hits if there's a fight, but there isn't even a fight, so we're done! Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and or subscribe. And if you want to stick around as I upgrade my town, let's do it. So we've got, what, almost 12,000 gold. We found some paintings, which is really good, because I do need those paintings. Let's see if we can get some good quirks. Oh, that's bad. These diseases are just the worst. That's really, really bad. We're going to have to send the leopard to the sanatorium. Melee 3 crits. Well, this is actually a really good one, but creeping cough. Ouch! Yeah, I don't want to have a leper going around with -5 accuracy when accuracy is already his problem. So unfortunately the leper, I could wait for a later time and just deal with it until now, but I'm just going to get rid of it here. Can I upgrade this to make it cheaper? Yep. So I will do that. Goodbye, creeping cough. Let's take a look at the stagecoach. There's nothing I'm really looking for here. I could take a grave robber just for variety's sake, but the grave robber is basically a worse version of the highwayman, so I'm not going to bother. Let's check out the wagon. Leper only. Minus damage on the leper I definitely don't want. That, and it's, no, I'm not going to do it. So, let's see. Guild, we don't have enough, do we? Need 1 more painting. Ouch. Well then. While that leper's in a sanatorium, I guess on the next mission we'll work on the second leper. So that works out okay, I suppose. And for that reason, we're going to have to send this leper to the guild and purchase the right skills. He needs Hue, and that's actually the only one that he needed. Right, this was the guy that had a pretty good starting lineup. What does he have? He's got Reflection, so he's actually better than the other leper, because while this is stupid and this is stupid, this is the leper's, like, basically 1 good skill. Actually, Quarantine in theory should be good as stress relief, but I find I've just never really needed it. Okay, so we got this team for the next mission ready to go. Blacksmith, why am I here? I could get this and make it cheaper, but I don't think it's actually worth it. Let's see. This guy's weapons should be upgraded to 2-2. This is level 0. Everybody's at 2-2 except for the bounty hunter, and the guys are level 0. Okay, so that's fine. And alright, let's check out our sneak peek for the next mission then. I have to kill a necromancer apprentice actually in the ruins, so that is something that we'll do at some point. But I'm in no rush. Let's check out here. We got a medium mission in the Weald, scouting, which is the best thing, and lots of papers. So we're gonna hang off on the necromancer. I'm in no rush to kill him. We're just gonna go for the papers and get that blacksmith upgraded as soon as we can. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, as always. And I'll see you again. Oh, wait. I'll see you again. We gotta put this on somebody. Who is gonna get that? Let's give it to my Vestal, because Vestals are always there. And by the way, I don't care about trinkets that much. In theory, you should, like, move this trinket around, you know, from mission to mission. There's no reason you should have a trinket sitting on someone who's not using one, but I just don't care, because it's nice, but not that big of a deal, so I just stick them on somebody and forget about it. I'd much rather not worry about it than actually, like, get slight advantages in the game. Notice that I really haven't upgraded any of my stress facilities. I've not spent any on upgrading them, and I won't unless I really have to. Everyone's doing fine on stress. What little stress people do get can be cured just by the default levels of the places. I don't want to spend my busts in the Abbey because I'm out of busts. I'd much rather spend them in the Sanatorium to make it cheaper to remove negative quirks. And it also saves me on crests, which is worth noting. Like crests, you think of like, well, I always get crests, but you know, spending 4 crests per spot sort of adds up, and then not spending the crests there lets you maybe save up crests for the bonfire, which is really expensive crest-wise, and of course you need crests for the guild and the blacksmith. I've definitely run out of crests at times, so it's a decent advantage to not buffing the stress facilities. And as you can see, we're doing okay for now. Maybe things will change in the veteran missions, but for now it's okay. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody.